Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. Don't have any time to waste. I'm going to go for. Look at here. I've been out here for a long time, 40 some years. The reason I've been out here continuously for 40 some years is because this is real. I got some information that most of you do not have. In fact, the information that I do have, I have heard very little of it in my lifetime. But I bring it to you because I got it from a power that I can't see. And that power loves me. The evidence was made at that moment in time when that power was made known to me. And it is because of that power and the love that that power has shown me that I imagine without doubt that that same love is extended to every human being on the face of the earth by that same power if the individuals would receive it. I understand that people will not receive it because they do not understand its existence. They have very little knowledge of it. They've heard of it, but they had very little examples of it. And they are not walking within that realm. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm basically trying to say to you is this. If you look at the totality of it all, I'm not trying to break it down. If I break it down, it looks like you guys got a lot of good stuff going on. But I don't have time to break it down. So I'm going to give it to you in its reality. The earth represents hell, the world, hell, separate from God. Evidence of it is pain and suffering. There's a young man by the name of Moon. He used to have an organization called Causa International. He was trying to talk against communism and trying to make people believe that he was interested in Western theology, however misled it was, but he had the insight on it. Well, apparently it didn't go too good because America is still where it is. And I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, for the 40 years that I've been out here, I want you to know I've shared the same message. Go back 40 years, look me up 40 years ago, you'll find them same messages. It was talking about the freedom and peace and prosperity and joy for every American and every individual on earth if they practice it. 40 years ago, hasn't changed. I want you to understand that these principles are natural. And regardless of how much I've talked about them, nobody in the world, people who just believe in the world, has embraced what I talk about. I want you to know that. Nobody is saying, Eddie, you got it going on. I want you to know not one religious organization has embraced what I speak of. In fact, as I used to be a pulpit minister, I had the Pentecostal church tell me that they had to not recognize me until I learned to speak the things that they say. I had the Baptist organization speak to me about until I say the same things they say. But I wasn't called by the Baptists to give a message. I wasn't called by Pentecostal to give a message. I'm giving a message to you because I received a message. And I know your pain. I know your suffering. Hell, I feel those same pains. I feel those same sufferings. I felt them before, and I feel them now. Every time you feel them and I see it or hear of it, I feel it. And I know it doesn't have to be. But I do know you got to change your mind. And since all of this time, nobody's paid any attention to me. My first wife divorced me because of this move. My second wife doesn't believe a thing that comes out of my mouth. I got 8 kids, and only one kind of believes what I'm speaking of. And she's in hospice right now, making a transition from this life to the next. But the rest of them, no, they look at the world, they know what it takes to survive, and I'm not speaking of this. And so, to them, I'm out of my mind. Yes, I am, because I'm speaking about change. I'm talking about their dreams. I'm speaking about their desires and their wants being met. I'm speaking about their never having to suffer a lack of food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, that they never have to suffer participation in the creative process that gives them ownership in the things that do exist so they can access it whenever they desire, whenever they want to. I want them to know that God, the power that they can't see, not white supremacy, not African supremacy, not Chinese supremacy, not Russian supremacy, not communism, socialism, dictators, not Trump or Putin or anybody. It is God and you. Every last one of you are number one. Every individual on the earth is number one. Every American is number one. Why? Because that's God. You're number one with God. But you're no better than any of the others. And you're no worse. So I guess I'm going to have to start this thing, ladies and gentlemen, with one person. Because right now, up until this point, I cannot point to anyone. I had 106 subscribers over a 10 to 15 year period. And when I'm saying something, usually putting down or saying something nasty about somebody, my membership will go up 1 or 2 subscribers. And when I start speaking decent and love, somebody drops off. So for all of these years, I probably got a subscribership less than anybody. But it's all good, ladies and gentlemen. It's all good because I see what the world is going through. And I see the response that I get rather than the news media telling you that there's a young man in Minnesota that says he has a proposal that could put everybody that's unemployed to work in the United States of America, a plan that would work all over the globe. They won't tell you that. But when Donald Trump came out and said some old stupid stuff about Mexicans being this or that, they told you they couldn't stop telling you. They won't tell you that there's a young man in Minnesota who knows how to make sure that everybody in America got food, clothing, shelter, education, and health care. They won't tell you that this man has a proposal that eliminates the pain and suffering from poverty, crime, and violence. They won't tell you that. They don't even want you to know it. The only reason you could hear this from me is hearing this one right thing right here. Or if I had money and paid them to tell you. Otherwise, they don't care and you won't hear it. And so, what does that happen? The devil rules. The world rules. Evil rules. So I'm going to have to take you one at a time, ladies and gentlemen. So I ask you to go back and listen to some of my videos. I don't have time to repeat all that stuff I've been saying. But I posted it so you can refer to it anytime you get ready. You got any questions, feel free. Ask them. I can't wait to answer them. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.